weather shapes our lives. It dictates our clothing choices, influences our moods, and can even threaten our safety. It's no wonder that humans have long dreamed of controlling the weather, of bending its awesome power to our will. Imagine a world where we could summon rain to parch farmlands or dissipate hurricanes before they make landfall. This desire for control has fueled countless myths, legends, and more recently, conspiracy theories. But how much of this is based in reality? While we have made some strides in influencing certain weather phenomena, the truth is that true weather control remains elusive. The sheer scale and complexity of weather systems make them incredibly difficult to manipulate. We can barely predict the weather a few days in advance, let alone command it. The atmosphere is a chaotic system where even small changes can have large and unpredictable consequences. Despite these challenges, the quest to control the weather continues, driven by both scientific curiosity and the very real need to mitigate the impacts of weather-related disasters. Understanding the science behind weather modification, as well as its limitations, is crucial for separating fact from fiction in an age of rampant misinformation. The dream of weather control is not new. Ancient civilizations performed rituals and offered sacrifices to their gods in hopes of bringing rain or warding off storms. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that humanity made its first tentative attempts at scientifically manipulating the weather. One of the earliest and most well-known examples is the 1947 experiment where dry ice was dropped into a cloud, seemingly causing it to precipitate. While this experiment generated excitement, it was later understood that the cloud in question was already likely to produce rain. A more ambitious undertaking was Project Storm Fury, a research project that ran from the 1960s to the 1980s. Storm Fury aimed to weaken hurricanes by seeding them with silver iodide, a substance thought to promote the formation of ice crystals and disrupt the hurricane structure. While some initial results seemed promising, the project was ultimately deemed inconclusive. Scientists concluded that the complex dynamics of hurricanes made it difficult to determine whether the seeding had any significant impact. These early attempts, while ultimately unsuccessful in achieving their ambitious goals, laid the groundwork for our current understanding of weather modification. Today, the most common and scientifically accepted method of weather modification is cloud seeding. This technique involves dispersing small particles, usually silver iodide or dry ice, into the atmosphere. These particles act as condensation nuclei, providing surfaces for water vapor to condense and form raindrops or snowflakes. Cloud seeding is primarily used for two purposes: increasing precipitation and suppressing hail. It is employed in regions facing drought, where even a small increase in rainfall can be beneficial, and in areas where hailstorms pose a threat to crops or infrastructure. However, it's important to understand that cloud seeding is not a magic bullet for solving all our water woes. Its effectiveness is still debated, and it is highly dependent on specific atmospheric conditions. The presence of sufficient moisture in the air is crucial, and even then, the increase in precipitation is often modest, typically in the range of 5 to 15%. While cloud seeding can be a useful tool in certain circumstances, it's crucial to have realistic expectations and recognize its limitations. Perhaps the most persistent myth surrounding weather control is the idea that we can steer or weaken hurricanes. This notion has been fueled by conspiracy theories, often blaming governments or shadowy organizations for causing or exacerbating these devastating storms. However, the scientific consensus is clear. We currently lack the technology to control hurricanes. Hurricanes are immensely powerful and complex systems, drawing energy from vast stretches of warm ocean water. The sheer amount of energy involved dwarfs anything humanity can currently generate or manipulate. While some have proposed using nuclear weapons to disrupt hurricanes, this idea has been widely debunked as both dangerous and ineffective. The detonation of a nuclear device within a hurricane would likely have negligible impact on the storm itself and would release harmful radioactive fallout into the environment. Furthermore, the international community recognizes the potential for misuse and has established treaties prohibiting the weaponization of weather modification technologies.